Alrighty, my friends, thanks for coming by and putting some eyeballs on. You know you're my people, and I love you. I always want you to be the big three, man. I want you healthy, I want you happy, I want you safe. And you know what I want for me? Like, thumbs up, leave a comment, share it around. Couldn't hurt, right? Today we're going to take a look at one from Lagunitas. This is their flagship IPA. This is the legendary India Pale Ale out of Petaluma, California. She is 6.2 for the ABV. Be responsible, please recycle, 21 years or older in the USA. Don't get me started on that load of horse crap. Standard bullshit government warning, and there's a puppy on the can. Who doesn't love dogs? Who trusts people who don't love dogs? Throwing it out there. So, damn it, forgot the glass. 1 second. We broke out the Simply Monty IPA glass, which is punted but non-nucleated, because I just did a glassware video showcasing these. It was a set of 4. This is the IPA glass. The design concept behind this glass is that when you pour it, it aerates better. We'll find out. All right, you know what time it is. We'll go crack. We'll go pour. And then we'll get a temp. She smells good from here, I can tell you that much. So let's get some of it in the glass, maybe. I hate beer cans, especially with that stupid tab that screws everything up. I'm willing to say she aerated well. Really, really nice head. The glass is not chilled down because we were shooting inside, because it is a miserable 110 with 60-65% humidity outside. That's a really, really nice head. She graduates from tight at the bottom to looser at the top, and there you go. Nice consistency, not quite cottage cheesy. Let's do that and get everything squared away again before my OCD blows my head off. Let's get a temperature. A well-rounded, highly drinkable India Pale Ale. Here we go, thank you, thermometer. A bit of caramel malt, a bit of caramel malt barley provides the richness that mellows out the twang of the hops, including Cascade, Centennial, Chinook, and a splash of the honorary C hop, Simcoe. Best enjoyed for mustache. Well, I can at least do that one. We're sitting right at the bottom of the sweet spot at 44. I would have just wiped it off on the desert duct tape, but that desert duct tape's been kicking around in my pack for Lord knows how long, and yeah, might be a little dusty. Throwing it out there. Anyway, the head's starting to come down. It's looking nice. Going a little moonscapey on us. We're okay with that. Getting some cling, which is usually a nice indicator that we will get some lacing for the lacing fans. Let's get that nose in there. It's Uncle Creepy time, Uncle Sniffy time. It's Biden time. Let's see what's going on. Surprisingly vacant. I don't know, is she too cold? I mean, she smelled good coming out of the can. I don't know, man. Weirdness. But there's your lacing for right now. I don't see anything too crazy in there. We're not even getting Elvish writing, so let's slip her the tongue, and maybe that nose will pop a little more for us in a bit, and we'll find out. Skol. Nice mouthfeel. Soft palate out into the intradentals. Not really any leakage out into the buccals. She rides the tongue and the roof of the mouth all the way into the back of the throat. When she hits the back of the throat, she kind of crests and gets really, really nice. She's bitter. It's an IPA, right? She's not as piney as you would think. So what I'm thinking is when they said that they were putting those caramel malt barley in there, that's probably what mellowed it out. This also says brewed accidentally on purpose since 1993. Okay. Sometimes accidents are wonderful things. That's how a lot of us got here. This is our unique version of an ancient style, a style as old as the ocean trade routes of the last century of the great ships. Not as old as the equator they had to cross twice en route, nor as old as the 10,000 miles or so of dihydrogen oxide and sodium upon which they sailed, but older than the Curcule Ithium 4 lentoid, what the fuck that is, binds that lupin quartinate onto your taste buds. Weird. Okay. IPA has loads of C hops balanced on a bed of fine English crystal, caramel, and Munich malts. There you go. Designed to pair well with foods and pretty much everything else. Okay. So 6.2 is the ABV. Beer math on ABV is pretty straightforward. The higher the ABV, the more alcohol. See? No rocket science necessary. Thank you for that, by the way, because I didn't do well in rocket science class. The IBUs are 51. Generally speaking, a high IBU beer has more bitter taste than a low IBU beer, depending on how you balance it and with the addition of these malts. The OG measures solids in the wort before fermentation to consistently arrive at the same alcohol content of a beer. Pretty neat, huh? The OG on this is 1.05. Availability is year-round, and that's everything they gave us. Okay, well, thank you, fellas. Now, the lacing guys are going to be pissed because I just wiped everything out. There really wasn't much in there. Let's see if that nose is opened up. I'm really not getting anything. I'm not getting pine. I'm not getting citrus. I'm not even getting a very malty nose. We're only up 4. We're at 48. But since that's the top of the approved temperature range, let's slip it at the top. She was slightly more bitter 4 degrees ago. Mouthfeel is still basically the same, soft palate and intradentals, tiny bit of leakage out into the buccals, lots of tongue though, right into the back of the throat where she crests and goes down the pipe. She's dirty. Flavor-wise, at this temperature, she's still running medium fast. I like it. So, my dislike for IPAs tends to come from the IBU wars of the last 10 years, where guys just started to try and out IBU each other regardless of how the beer was going to taste, and it got to the point where they were quite literally just bitter and piney. Gassy beer, and we poured a lot of gas out of this beer. So yeah, they were just quite literally fighting each other to who could make the most absolutely bitter and undrinkable beer. And it ruined a lot of craft beers because, as you've been here before, you've seen all the stuff I've drank on here. There are tons of different styles, all of which have their pluses and minuses. Find the ones you like and drink those. I just never really went down the IPA path because I don't like pine. I don't think it's a positive adjunct for my alcohol. Otherwise, there's floor cleaner you can drink, I think, probably has a higher alcohol content. Still sitting at 48. So what we're going to do, we're going to pause. It is 78 in the house, so it might take a little while for the beer to warm up, but we'll be back in a few minutes. Well, blink of an eye in internet time. So till then, hang tight, my friends. All right, my friends, we are back. We are looking at, I got 52. Okay. That probably would lace well if I was trying to get some kind of nose out of her. Stick a sniffer in there. There you go. She's starting to open up. And what I'm getting is the malts. So I'm getting slightly sweet. I know they said caramel, but almost a honey nose. Really, really light though. I'm kind of surprised because again, when we opened the can, I could smell it from pouring it. I don't know why she's died off. Doesn't matter, we're still gonna slip at the tongue. I mean, an hourglass figure, you have to slip at the tongue. Rules is rules. All right, so she's smoothed out and gotten a little bit silkier. Still the same mouthfeel. She's slowed down into medium. For a 51, you won't notice it until it gets to the back. That flavor profile, I don't know what to tell you. She's not piney. She's not overly malt forward though, so it has to be that they've balanced them. This might be the happy accident they were talking about, that they got these two just in sync right, and it works really well for the flavor. Again, you know what, it's a 51. I usually top out about 40 for IBUs, but this ain't bad. Maybe I need to drink it out of my mustache. No. Yeah, it's a nice, easy drinker. All right, what are we looking at? .54, so let's give her a couple of more minutes. We'll come back, do it one more time. We should probably just let her run to 60 at this point. It's only 6 degrees, right? So let's let her run up to 60. We'll come back at 60, see if there's a big shift, see if there's a big change. I never gave you an SRM, which is my fault because I'm a slacker. 8. We're gonna give her an 8. Okay, so there you go. Be right back. All right, my friends, we are back. I have 61.7. So that's where we're going to top this beer out. I'll leave a little slizzard in the bottom for the short. Other than that, let's see what's going on. Show me something, baby. So that light malt sweetness kind of nose has popped a little more forward, but really, I'm surprised it's not nearly as strong as it was when the can opened. Throwing it out there. Slip of the tongue. Same mouthfeel. She's a little more bitter in the mid now. and then she bitters up on the back end. Nothing horrific. The flavor profile hasn't really shifted. She's a good beer. For an IPA, and again, I'm not an IPA specialist. It's not really my jam, but this is solid. So buy it again, sure. Drink it again, sure. Try it on tap, love to. Handed it to me out of the cooler. I'd say thank you very much. Good solid beer. Good for the style, better than most. Interesting flavor profile? No, not really. Although it is nice that she's balanced the hops and the malts, and so yeah, I guess maybe she doesn't show us any real graduation, no real shift. Nothing really happens. What you see is what you get from start to finish with this beer, which is not a bad thing. I'll take it. Would I like seeing anything else on here other than the nose not presenting? No. 4.75. If that nose had done something at some point through this beer, then I would say 5. But I don't know. Maybe it's the glass. So and that's an IPA glass, right? So what we're gonna do, I think, is because I could go for another beer. We'll do a taster tester. We'll try this beer in this glass, in the Teku, in the Luigi, and, just for shits and giggles, the elevated craft that you see me use all the time. What do we got to lose? It's all digital. It's not even costing me film anymore. So, why not? Thanks for coming by, putting smiles on you, my people. You know I love you. I want you to be the big 3. I want you healthy, happy, safe, honorable, dutiful, vigilant, gray man. Hand us a little hot and handy. Hot and handy comes with its own responsibilities. That's on you. Yeah, other than I think I said early on that we did a glassware video. You can watch that if you're interested. We'll shoot another one to throw up. And that'll be a 4-glass taster test, or I don't know. We're just going to try different tasting glasses to see which one presents this beer in the best light. Sample size of 1, but it is what it is. I'm rambling, and I haven't even finished a 6.2 beer yet. What the hell does that tell you? Salud, my friends. Love you. No real shift.